Tips for a guy in his 20s who has never dated and never had a relationship to start off.
The most important thing to focus on is developing your social life. Get to a place where your purpose, your mission in life, and what you like to do for fun, your personal life, is what you focus on. And then meeting women becomes a side effect of having a good time, having a great life, meeting and hanging out with like minded people, because people that like the same things tend to like each other. And so when you're happy, when you love your life and you're enjoying yourself and you go out and you hang out with other people, women pick up on that. They notice that. They're attracted to guys that look competent, like they have their shit together, that they're happy, they're able to get the things that they want in life. And just spend, especially like if a lot of guys are young, they're shy around women. Well, maybe you should spend some time just hanging out and getting to know women and practicing the basic skills, rapport building skills with everybody, not just women, but people in general, talking to people in elevators or walking the street or somebody sitting next to you at a restaurant or the girl on her computer at the coffee shop sitting next to you, just striking up conversations, because when you meet somebody you really like, you got to be good at small talk. And a lot of guys complain that they meet somebody they really like and they freeze up, they don't know what to say. And so that tells me that they're focused on her approval, or I hope she likes me. I hope I don't say something that turns her off, instead of just asking her the kind of questions she would enjoy answering.
I feel that overthinking, sometimes, at least for me, I notice when someone's overthinking too much, and like the more you overthink, the more likely you're gonna mess up, and the more the chances of things ever working out are like very low. But I would also say definitely, like you mentioned, Corey, meeting new people. Maybe you have friends who know some friends, and you can meet those people. I mean, I speak from experience. When it comes to meeting people organically, things actually come out a whole lot easier. It's not forced like in dating apps. It's not forced or anything, but it's so much better. You never know who you're gonna meet, and how are you gonna know that if you don't meet new people? There's always so many people you have yet to know, and you never know what could happen.
Yeah,
So,
you got to focus on your mission and purpose, and you got to focus on developing your people skills and creating rapport. That's how you get people to like you, is taking a sincere, authentic interest in who they are.
Well, when I first moved here, I didn't know really that many people. So they do have apps and like Meetup Groups that you can meet people, and they do interactive things, like they'll go to a restaurant or go bowling, but it's a group of people that are new too as well that you meet, and you might find somebody there that has the same interests as you as goals, and that's just getting yourself out there to start. So when you're in a big group of people, it's easier to talk rather than being one-on-one.
Right, and you can make friends that way.
Yes.
And then once you start to develop like friendships, it's easier to create like a safe environment for communication. And once you develop like easier methods of communication with someone that you're comfortable with, you can start to branch out and approach strangers. And after that, maybe approach the opposite sex or the same sex, whoever you're attracted to, and shoot your shot. You never know.
I also think you should be aware of who you're getting involved with, since he said he's in his 20s, so he could be either freshly 21 or older, like 25, 26, 27. And at those ages, you're getting involved with older people, older women who might have a lot of experience. And depending who you get involved with, she might already know what she wants, and she already knows, the common senses in a relationship. And if you're going to do little mess ups, since he's never ever been in a relationship or dated anybody, he's not going to be aware of these things, and it can really affect, who you get involved with, because things that she may already know are wrong or right in a relationship, you might just be learning now. So you're going to go through a lot of mistakes,
Of course.
Yeah.
And there's
that's
some
life.
women,
it's inevitable.
But at least he's learning.
he's
Yeah,
learning,
exactly.
but be aware that there's going to be some women that are not going to want a freshly
Yeah.
like
They don't wanna
newborn
teach him
baby
how to be a
boy.
man.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
don't want a
Right.
Mr. Potato Head.
If
that
she
they have to
doesn't
go.
want that guy, some girl will.
Exactly.
And she'll be okay with it.
Yeah.
So
Or some woman will.
It could be
Yeah.
defeating though, I know, because I know there's a lot of guys that like they're trying, they're learning, but like it's never enough, and it's just like you're gonna have to accept defeat at sometimes.
But
Yeah, we were having
it will
lunch.
make you stronger at the end.
Yeah. Like you'll gain knowledge, but the older you get, the more you're going to get involved with people who already have this knowledge.
But that's why I think a really good group of friends will be something that will help you benefit from those types of experiences, because if you didn't go through it, maybe one of your friends
Yeah.
have recently.
Or having friends that are like couples, you know, where you could observe like different kind of couples and how they manage their
That's
relationship.
why I was also
Yeah.
saying, like, meeting people, because you could be well acquainted with someone, or you could be good friends with someone for a bit, and then who knows, you might go out with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was that age, it's like my friends and I were going out every weekend because we're obviously trying to meet girls, trying to hook up, trying to find the love of our lives, the one at that point. So it's like every weekend there was constantly new people. We were hanging out a lot with people we went to school with, everybody, especially when we get, 22, 23, then people are coming back home from college and we're getting together and hanging out at the same places. Then I'd run into a girl that I knew from college, and she might have one of her hot sorority sisters there introducing me. And because we know each other, it makes it easy to create rapport because I know her girlfriend because I went to school with her growing up, and that gives you social proof, and it makes it a lot easier to talk. But it's like out every weekend, you gotta practice your social skills because that will not only help you in the dating world, but when you're trying to raise equity for your business or you're trying to get somebody to hire you, you have to get good at small talk and creating conversations with people that are total strangers. So you should if you're not good at small talk and you're not good at dating, get out there and chat with people. And the key is to apply what's in the book because your confidence gets built, especially when you learn the book at first and you just start kind of watching, like people watching and noticing people interact and some of the things that dudes say. And you can see the expression in the girl's face that she's getting totally turned off. And then she starts looking around for one of her girlfriends to come over and save her from the boring conversation or the guy that was clueless. Like we were having, lunch the other day and there was a really pretty girl that was, I think she was the hostess, and some couple of dudes or kind of bunch of douche canoes that were in the table a couple tables over. His friends walk off, and he walks up to this girl and he starts laying his rap on her and drooling on her and giving her compliments. And you remember the dude with the baseball cap and the glasses, and he's really hammered and he's shooting his shot and kind of a nice guy, beta male, and she's being polite because she's the hostess at the restaurant, doesn't want to crush this guy, but he's kind of like not getting the message. He can't tell that she has no interest in talking to him, and she's just being polite, and he mistakes her being polite for, hey, she may be interested in me.
In all fairness, he did have one too many mimosas.
He was slurring his speech.
Yeah, but he
I was
shouldn't have to
listening.
make her feel uncomfortable while
No,
she's at work.
she definitely held her ground. She did not feel uncomfortable.
Probably didn't know he was making her uncomfortable since he was inebriated. I mean, then
No,
he was just trying to
She was
see if
being-
he could, get a date, and he didn't realize he was being morally aggressive with her. But she was nice.
He wasn't being aggressive. She actually thanked him multiple times.
Yeah.
for
But she
not-
wasn't interested in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The conversation went on way
Aggressive,
too long
not
because
like
if you
mean
know
aggressive,
what you're
but
doing,
pushing like
she's going to talk back to you and be interested in the conversation. And she was just being nice and polite and trying to dip. And he just kept going on and on. So he had no sensory EQ.
She made a comment like, "Oh, I'm working a double, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day." And
He didn't get the message.
she called him the wrong name 3 times.
Oh,
And that's what really
she was doing it on
made me
purpose.
smile. Yeah.
Jen.
She
Hen.
called him a very exotic name, and his name was very generic.
like Mark.
No, his name was
John.
Tyler,
Oh,
and she was calling him Xavier.
I
don't
think
know
she
how-
called him Justin one time too.
No, it was Xavier. Like she kept calling him Xavier, and
She was trolling him and he didn't even
his name
realize
was
it
Tyler.
because he was all focused on what do I say next.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
I mean, I felt bad, but he was really, I was listening, and he was really, really, like, he was a gentleman, he was really sweet, and she even said it to him, like, thank you so much for not being one of those weird guys that are creepy and, you know, that just come up and, but, you know, we have to give it up for the men that are a little.
He was shooting his shot, but it was a train wreck.